Welcome back, guys. A short break there between our series, but we are ready and raring to go as we've got some Virtus.Pro taking on compLexity. Game 1, Waga. I'm excited. We're tapping on the tables. We're ready for this.
Feels great to go in and watch some more compLexity. I'm super happy about that. I have a belly full of food, so I'm happy about that. And we get to watch Virtus.Pro. There's nothing that you could ever be happier about. They always deliver some interesting Dota, and very often some of the best Dota we get to see. So this should be a quality game here, coming out by the Russian Bears.
The Russian Bears. A draft already underway. First phase of bans done and done. Necro, IO, Earthshaker, Tiny, Morphling, Enigma.
I'm going to quickly say here that I like that compLexity banned out the Morphling. I still have nightmares of laning against no one's Morphling. He's a fucking monster. There are many players who are like good mid laners, but people have said it for a long time as well, sort of almost publicly accepted that no one is probably the scariest mid laner when it comes to mechanical skill. Like, I've laned against Sumail, I've laned against, you know, many of the professional high-level players tons of times, and, you know, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but no one is just so hard to win against.
Sometimes you lose against no one.
Sometimes you get fucking destroyed and you run jungle and you hope that you don't have to go mid against him again.
Try and catch up. Here, support, position 5. Leech experience middle, dude.
With all that said, he's been spamming a lot of Morphling in his pubs, so
yeah.
it's good research to make sure you don't give that. That's also one of those excelling heroes, you know, if you have a player who's super good at Morphling, they can really push it to the limits. So
it's kind of that, you know, kind of Invoker, Meepo kind of place. That skill cap is really high.
Almost bigger, I would say. Almost bigger. Like, the difference between a good or a decent Invoker is like, but the difference between a good or a decent Morphling is like insane.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, a really good,
we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, a really good Morphling is like gonna have, there's so many outplay potentials, you know.
Because Invoker and Meepo, you're very much focused on your own combos, right? You're thinking about, you know, do I tornado here with a meatball? Do I EMP ice wall?
Yeah, very often you just deliver what is expected. If you're good or decent, you'll probably deliver the same. But an exceptional meeple player or exceptional Morphling player can sometimes just pull out plays that no one did expect. And, you know, jib-bait people.
Like, oh, he's a Phoenix all of a sudden.
He's low HP. We can kill him.
JK.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Draft opening. Well, we spoke about Invoker. They start with Ogre Invoker. So Limp gets himself that signature hero for this tournament, it feels like.
He played it
a lot.
Played it twice yesterday, and had very good impact. He played Quaswex both times. They liked having Drow Ranger with it as well for that damage. So we'll see if Drow Ranger is going to be a potential ban here for Virtus.Pro, perhaps. Definitely looks like a decent hero for compLexity, I think, since the silence is good against Phoenix, good against Axe, and they're even banning out heroes that might be good against Drow. So they're definitely setting themselves up, and I don't think VP are either scared or know about the Drow intentions here.
Oh, that PL is such a triple threat ban as well, right? Like, good against Invoker, good against Drow, and it's Ramses on PL.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't want to give him that. So Centaur, second stage ban from VP with a Broodmother. compLexity remove one of those annoying heroes against Invoker.
You see how Ramses is giving respect to VP's coach, RSQQ. His name is Arsec, but, you know, I guess he's RSQQ now. RSQQ.
So I'm guessing, you know, in the CIS region in Russia, that wouldn't read as anything
no.
untoward.
No, for sure. But it doesn't in Sweden either. I don't know.
As an English native, arse is another word for bum.
Yeah, nothing wrong here.
QQ is the crying face.
Yep.
That's one thing I miss from Warcraft 3. It was very tactile, and it felt good when you rage quit. You know, you alt QQ and you're just out of the game, or you alt QX and the game is like gone, right? But in Dota 2, it's like you've got to leave the game, you leave the lobby, you leave the...
It's complicated.
Rage quitting is complicated in Dota.
Yeah, for sure. Alt QQ, you need to do it with style. I was more of a F10 EQ kind of guy. Yeah,
that's fair enough.
But we all have our
That's
styles,
a very
right?
Age of Empires way of going about it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I like the F10. All right, kind of a little bit of a tangent here, as we're still in the draft, but Broodmother being banned out, I think that's also just an amazing ban against Ramses. Again, targeting down a little bit on him here with these PL and Broodmother bans. And VP are taking their time all of a sudden.
Dipping very deep into that reserve time. I mean,
they
is it the Drow?
Instantly banned Centaur, which Snaking has played a lot in his pubs, by the way. I've been studying it. And here comes just a Magnus going in. All right.
POS 5 axe? Oh, is this a Ramses POS 1 axe? I guess they've got some options open, but
they have quite a few options open. You also have the Magnus mid against Evoker. Not a bad lane, honestly. It's been extremely long since we saw mid Magnus, to the point that I didn't even initially think about it here. But with Empower, you can deny an Evoker pretty hard.
Especially if it is the Class X Evoker, right?
Yeah.
You've got Quelling Blade and Empower.
Yeah, so it's very possible that they take it that way. But I like to see the Centaur banned by VP. Definitely did their research. Snaking has been playing it so much. Just practicing it. And I think Centaur is a sleeper hero in this patch. People are starting to wake up on it and realize how powerful it is. But he's got like a crazy win rate. And every time I play him, I just feel like the game is so easy. You just stomp someone.
Yeah. You get your teammates out of danger. You go in, you do damage. Undying for compLexity, so they've got this double tanky melee support duo, Undying and Ogre.
That's going to be a Z-Freak Undying, perhaps. He played it yesterday, at least. Or is it going to be a Jackie Mao Undying?
Or could this be a snaking Ogre? I don't think they've played it during Hamburg, and looking back, I don't believe they have.
Well, they could always have scrimmed it in games that we don't see as well.
Precisely.
You know, it is sort of meta. Wouldn't say that it's completely accepted meta yet. It's experimental meta. There are different stages. But for sure, Ogre is a possible offlaner. I wonder what hero they want to pair up with Magnus on VP. Normally, you look towards something that benefits a lot from this. So you want a melee hero for sure. Sometimes you're looking towards the likes of Lifestealer. Sometimes you want something more along the lines of Troll, even, who, of course, is melee and range, but not sure what hero they feel is best here.
It feels like they want to go back for their support first, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Like, I'm fully behind the idea of a Troll here, I think. That battle trance against Undying, and just the fact he's got Empower.
It's super strong to have Battle Trance and Empower.
Yeah.
That's basically what makes him so strong. And, oh, there's an Empower target to start with. They're going pretty strong AoE melee heroes here.
Very tanky as well. I mean, they've got Axe and Magnus.
But
On top of that, the boat buff.
It is also a ton of strength heroes against Undying. Undying will get a lot of value by decaying people.
True.
So we'll see how the lanes play out. But this now pretty much solidified. It should be mid Kunkka. I mean, I don't see many other ways you could run it. Then again, I guess I challenge VP by saying that.
Is this a Timbersaw game?
It could be. Could be for sure.
The main threat is the Phoenix, right? With that Sunray and the magic damage. Apart from that, X marks annoying.
I mean, it is 4 strength heroes, so why not go for it? It could be amazing here. I think it's quite rare for me to say that Timbersaw is the play, but if there's ever a good game for Timbersaw,
it looks like this one.
This has to be it.
Looks like a very strong one.
Yeah, I wonder what else he would be thinking here. But yeah, Timbersaw, then you don't really risk. One of your cores is basically safe from the Axe call as well, because Axe calling a Timbersaw is mainly alright. And now what? You know? Whereas many other cores, they struggle. They get called, they might die very quickly. So I like the idea.
15 seconds of reserve time for complete. I mean, even VP, they're down to 18 there, you can see on the timer.
Yeah, I'm sure they need to think a little bit, though, that Kunkka and Magnus, they still go with the Drow. That doesn't surprise me, but they could still go for the Timber next as well. The Drow was very expected after the Invoker pick, I feel. This just enables him to play more of the Quaswex hardcore style.
It feels like they're lacking team fight, though. Looking at VP, if they meet head-on-head, VP have so many big AoE spells, disable stuns, if they get the catch, if they have that vision advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they're in a great spot.
I think the Tombstone might be really strong in this game, though. There's like no single hero that's good at killing Tombstone. So it will not only be good for getting the zombies on everyone, but also to just provide some vision in the fights so that you don't get 5 heroes stacked up and then die to Magnus and Kunkka.
So do you think compLexity can kind of even out this draft to team fight with VP, or is this something they look towards kind of split pushing and dodging fights?
I think you still need to set yourself up that you can take the fights, but mainly it's going to be probably something similar that we saw EG doing with Drow, just kind of pushing, and one more hero that also likes split pushing, and then probably Invoker and Ogre working together as the gank squad along with the Undying. Something like that is probably the major plan. PA gets banned out, so they don't want one more super strong empowered hero.
Especially with a gap close on Drow with that Blink Strike.
Yeah, that's a good one to remove. That's a good one. I mean, Drow is super difficult against PA. Even if you could theoretically get Silver Edge at some point, I mean, she might have BKB at that point. So.
And you need like Pike and Silver Edge, and that's 2 item slots that's, gone down for Drow Ranger.
It's very difficult. Mirana gonna be their final one. I don't know about that.
Virtus.Pro with 4 carries.
Well,
Phoenix Kunkka no, it's not. Oh, is this Axe support then?
Yeah, it could be a 5X. It is. We've talked about it so much on our stream here. I'm so happy that we finally get to see it.
It's not Envy though. It's not Envy on the support Axe. A little disappointing. So what do Roger Phoenix, solo Axe, Pasha no one on the Magnus Kunkka. And
I like Axe's face.
Oh yeah, it's very spinny and metallic and spiky face. Look at his.
It's the new spin to win set for Axe. More spins, even head is spinning.
Deary me.
No, I think the Mirana might be risky here, considering that X mark is there. You also have the fact that Mirana might kill herself really fast to the Axe, but she is good at killing the egg. I'll give it that. If you picked Timbersaw, you would have really bad chance of killing the egg in the team fight.
They've got a bunch of spinny things going on.
Yeah, they do.
Axe spins. They've got the
Airblade.
The Magnus is spinning on his head and his big hammer. Yeah. And then TB spinning his little Vorpal blades as well.
Yeah, he has a little head spinner.
He's got a little chainsaw. I didn't notice that until you mentioned the spinning, and I was like looking at heroes. Who else is spinning? And I noticed he's got a little, like a little spinny wood saw.
You'll see it everywhere now. You'll be like Jim Carrey in that movie.
I hope Undying has the taunt, then he's spinning as well.
Mirana taunt is a spinny one.
Yeah, true.
And then you
lifesteal
reverse it with your movement, and you can make her like look very weird. I always do that. Very important.
Very good. The most fun thing that I'd forgotten existed for a long time. We had Leshrac and Undying on the same team the other night. So we had the disco ball and Undying dancing to it. It was it was absolutely beautiful.
Okay, there we start. The tips. Expected nothing less from.
Jeez Louise. Have fun.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, well, Eternal Envy. That's his that's his shard allowance for the next 3 years. Jeez Louise.
That's VP, man. They go into a game, they go hard on the tips. I mean, they did pretty much set the meta in tipping for TI.
They most certainly did.
Defining the meta. Pasha on his Magnus. 3 mangoes. That's a crazy looking Magnus.
Is this the Dota Plus set? Or is this one of like the new chest ones?
It's
not. I don't think it's new. I'm not sure. Don't see much Magnus anymore, to be honest. Envy taking a pretty massive chunk of damage here. Z-Freak will arrive with a decent decay, hitting onto 2. Solo just keeping on chasing this. Has another Battle Hunger in 5 seconds. Towards the left-hand side, though, Roger.
Oh, Sunstrike.
Exalt.
There we go, my boys. Meanwhile, Solo is running down Envy. There's no way he's stopping. Knowing VP, he's going for this, dude. He's going. He doesn't even care. Oh, body blocks!
Not quite enough damage on the Battle Hunger, and Limp is there. Body blocking up, as you say.
Actually saving him. He's going to hunt Limp now. He's like, you took my kill.
That's triple bounty runes now for the Dire team. compLexity off to a pretty epic start.
He's stealing his creeps.
Solo. He wants to lose aggro here, sure.
Yeah, I don't think he wants those creeps.
Nice. Z-Free. Oh, okay. He's an Undying with no stun.
Yeah. Teep is in. This is a weird game already.
So what do we have? Ramsey's bottom on the TV with Solo's Axe. Z-Freak and Snaking. The Undying and the Drow Ranger down bottom. Limp Exhort to start off on that Invoker. Wouldn't be surprised to see him transition into that 2 Exhort and then switch back into the Cross Weck.
I think he probably only skilled Exhort because he could get the Sunstrike kill there.
And the range creep.
Yeah, there we go.
Champ.
That's how you farm.
Very large. So no one Kunkka up against Limp Invoker. Not an amazing lane for the Invoker with that Tidebringer.
Tidebringer deny, seriously. That stuff is so broken.
It really is. And then top lane, Skembaloo and Eternal Envy on the Mirana Ogre up against Yapasha playing the Magnus as Roger with a sneaky little wave drag behind the tier 1, tier 2 up at top.
Dude, no one is just denying so much against him. 4 denies already. This is not fun.
It really isn't. The worst is when like you've picked a Zeus and you're thinking there's nobody that can counter me in this lane, and then they pick Kunkka and just deny 80% of the creep.
Yeah, it was actually like level 4 against level 7 or something once.
Oh man,
that happened. That was really tough.
Especially if it's the first time that you see it. You don't, realize, you don't think about it. You're just like, oh yeah, Kunkka, we'll just trade farm. But no, he can deny with Tidebringer.
Yeah,
8 and 4.
He most certainly can. I like his mind game torrent there. He was like, he's gonna juke back to it. Just the wrong direction though. And meanwhile, bottom lane, Sneyking being run at by the angry Russian bear. He gets body blocked by the creeps, but Tango's a little bit too late. Tango's right before dying. Sneyking not gonna survive there.
Well, at the very least a trade, but...
That's worth it for Solo.
Absolutely.
A good death.
A good death. Yeah, look at that. Nice little bit of gold there for the Radiant team. Pasha getting run at by Envy. Mirana with the Fiery Spirits on doesn't really want to stick around for this fight. Skembaloo actually leaps away to try and dodge Fiery Spirits. Bottom lane they're going in again though. Solo chasing Z-Freak. Ramses with no reflection or metamorphosis. Just laying on the harass here behind this tier 1 bottom. Making sure that the farming for the Drow Ranger isn't simple, isn't easy. You're putting them on edge consistently. It's a big part of the game, that kind of the pressure, the mentality, and the mind games of free farm, easy CS. It puts you in a good mood. It gives you that kind of bounce to it.
The emotional impact of being harassed by a Battle Hunger Axe. Well, it is a serious impact for sure.
It threatens you to your core.
Oh, wow.
I saw that. I actually, that's the first time I've seen a courier snipe. Oh no, Roger. He comes through the jungle, double drags creep waves, gets the courier snipe on the way through just before it hits 3 minutes. The stars could not align.
Honestly,
better for VP.
A little bit of a mistake there by compLexity and a little bit embarrassing because they should have seen that. He had creeps after him all the way. So, but he gets back here with this double stack. Roger is gonna do some serious denying here. They need to contest this. compLexity cannot just leave it. They are holding some creeps themselves though.
Where does the creep wave go? Up or down? Up or down? Oh, Snaking's dead bottom again. Z-Freak's in trouble. Tombstone is there. I want to keep my eyes on the creep wave. I think it's more important than Z-Freak dying, honestly.
Well, they're gonna just keep it. So they deny with it, and then they're gonna keep the lane around and deny next wave.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, so it's really annoying.
They glyph it. Looks like they've glyphed bottom to try and push in under tier 1. Not entirely sure what's happening with that Radiant Glyph, but they try and keep their creep wave alive up top as well. Is that just for a fresh creep wave to try and...
I'm not sure. I didn't really see where or why they wanted to glyph. Could have been mid lane as well, that no one was doing something against Limp.
Well, he's definitely doing something against Limp. 21-11. Limp struggling a little bit, doing slightly better than maybe I expected, though, at 12 and 6. He's not completely out of this, thanks to the exhaust.
It hurts.
Oh man, it hurts so much, he's going to die. 6 feet under, Drow Ranger yet again falling here. As VP set things up in these lanes incredibly well. I mean, they're winning 3 out of 3.
They are. I mean, VP just have a very strong laning draft here. Very strong for sure. And they're playing it really well. That Axe support, showing why I've been talking about it all this time, Finally we get to see it. And Solo is showing it better than I could ever ask for.
No one. Back to Fountain. Jumps to lane again.
You do have the call and torrents.
And there it is. With the Battle Hunger on top, Limp with no Wex, so there is no Ghost Walk to escape. The Cold Snap buys a little bit of time with the help of the Fairy Fire. The Sunstrike towards Solo does a good chunk of damage. Axe under the tower with a TP. Will be able to hide in the trees and go back home. Interesting that Roger's now rotating in towards mid as well.
Yeah, putting a ward very deep. I think he wants to get the follow-up kill. This is something we see more and more from really high-level teams, is getting the kill after they get the first kill. Look at
this move right here. Torrent, boat, X mark in. Limp has just TP'd to lane, and he's going to die for a second time. Chain feed. Oh, maybe could have got away there, but it's only going to be a little too late, a touch too late to save the life of Limp, and unlikely to trade out for no one. Maybe the Phoenix. Roger trapped between the Ogre and the backstab of Z-Freak. Great Tombstone in the back. The Torrent will miss as Eternal Envy swings back towards Roger's Phoenix. And that will finally be the end of that mid lane fight. Attempted Sunstrike, no one. He turns for the zombie kill to dodge it and get the kill. Bottom with Ramses finding the Drow yet again.
Wow, everything is just exploding here and VP are playing so sharp. That's crazy. At least Z-Freak managed to come in and get one nice kill there with his rotation on Undying, but This is some crazy sadness for both Drow and Invoker right now.
Magnus, top lane, 23-1. Mirana is farming reasonably well, but unfortunately, Scam does have to leap away. 1, 2, and 1 remains. Damage from the burn, the Fiery Spirit, and the dive. Stick and Fairy Fire there, it looks like.
Again.
Oh, goodness, what? Oh, dear.
5 times in 630. And they have to get something here. They have to get solo at least.
I don't think they will.
Ah, they should be.
Okay, there we go. 2 stick charge is not going to be enough.
They got that one, and right now they're just hiding in jungle with Invoker, and I think Drow wants to do the same. She can't go back bottom. Well, she's heading there, but she can't go there. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a tough lane.
So very often with kind of Drow, Mirana, Invoker lineups, we kind of look for that 15 to 25, you know, usually around kind of 17 or 18, but very often around the catapult timings to go and push tier 1s, to go and get some kind of advantage, whether it be to accelerate or to stop the deceleration of the game as Solo gets picked off down at the bottom. Bounty Rune, dive in from Phoenix, looking to swing things back the other way with a good torrent onto Eternal Envy. They will get a chunk of damage forward, but Moonlight Shadow saves them all up.
Yeah, they're gonna run away safely. But there's no shrine available, so they cannot heal up. And finally, it's just jungle time for the majority of complexity, whereas Snaking is trying to farm bottom, but he's so scared. He doesn't have boots. Even just against the solo Terrorblade, it's pretty scary.
But yeah, when Drow lineups get ahead, they get more ahead by taking towers. When they're behind, they accelerate back up and come back by taking towers, right? That's what it often feels like, and it comes down to the 5-man timing of Drow Ranger strats.
You wish to, yes,
but in this game, my question to you is, how do they come back from this laning deficit? Because I don't see it.
I don't know. They have to abuse teleports. Like right now, they know that Terrorblade TP top, and maybe power playing bottom could be a thing. The thing is that Axe and Phoenix are quite strong on their own. Doesn't have to be Terrorblade. Bottom, going on Snaking as well.
Solo has created a distraction off to the west. Snaking with 1 shockwave here from Pasha. That's the end of his life yet again. Drow Ranger 0, 6, and 2. She is not looking too hot.
Undying still in trouble, being chased slowly here. I mean, he does have a lot of sustainability though.
Nice little soul rip off the creeps.
He's just very persistent. Solo is a psychopath here.
Solo just never gives up. Very, very persistent. Phase boots up now for no one's Kunkka mid, and there is no one contesting no one. So he's going to get a lot of damage onto that tier 1 as, like you mentioned, Limpa's jungling. We're going to see Drow Ranger try and hold her own bottom.
Oh, tombstone and everything. Trying. Alacrity. That should be a kill.
Sunstrike. Pops him.
So I have a question for you, Gareth.
Oh boy.
Do the upside down wings of Terrorblade trigger you as much as it triggers me? Right now he's in Metamorphosis though, so they're not really upside down now. Now they're actually fine. But
the upside down wings. Oh, because they're curved. Like a demonic angel, like a fallen angel.
No, like an abomination from hell. Not even a fallen angel. That's way too kind. That implies that they were ever functional. These things were clearly dysfunctional from the start. Now we'll just wait for that meta to end.
When it ends, we'll see. Bounty Rune time in about 10 seconds. And complexity looking to try and at least contest the northern ones here with the Moonlight Shadow. Scam and...
I have a look then.
Yeah, I don't like it. Wait, is it... How does that work?
You fly downwards, I guess. Kind of backwards downwards.
No, but when... See, I'm looking for a way that they can kind of fold outwards and go normal, but they can't, right?
Well, I guess they do when he met us, but...
But that's some kind of magic.
Yeah, magic in my video game.
Magic. Where's the logic? Where's the mechanics?
Unforgivable.
We need an engineer here to sort out his wings. And a physicist.
Right. Anyway, just something I always bothered me a lot.
Very annoying.
We see a nice rune pickup by no one there, using his X mark and getting back to mid lane. He's about to hit his level 10 talent, which is absolutely amazing for Kunkka. Gets the 40 damage. Incredible talent.
Top 3 net worth. Would you believe? Top 3, all green. Terrorblade, Kunkka, Magnus out of 3-1 lanes.
At least Mirana is keeping up. Sort of.
Yeah, doing a mighty fine job.
And then the 2 supports are also ahead on VP. Yeah, it's a bad sign here for complexity fans.
Let's see what VP can do with this smoke then, shall we? No one leads the charge. Shadow Amulet in the middle of the wave.
He's building a trap. I don't think anyone wants to contest this push top anyway, though.
No one is like, this is a waste of my time. Smoke from compLexity, actually, they will move forward and try and create a battle over here, but it looks like Solo will very likely pop their smoke and put a damper on things here. Sees them coming. He will die for this. Starstorm lands on his head. The Torrent will catch the Mirana, but there's no Berserker's Call. And Tombstone will likely deter VP away from that tier 1 top. Shadow Amulet for Kunkka will get him away from the zombies. compLexity not done just yet. They're moving in for the Terror Blade. Boat onto Envy with the Metamorphosis out. compLexity likely not really anything left in the tank.
Solo RP.
Another.
Onto Drow.
Oh my goodness, that's a kill down there. Good shout, good call, because they're going in for more. VP just charging behind the tier 1. They don't care, Tombstone. Supernova is there towards Skem. The leap over the top to get the attack speed, and the Supernova will die.
Yeah.
Virtus.Pro a little deep in the Moonlight Shadow, potentially saving Z-Freak, but they've got the X Torrent slap down. Kunkka says goodnight, Undying, and Skembaloo in the back will fall as well. All things said and done. Very, very strong from Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro getting so much all over the map there, especially with Pasha just pushing bottom and killing Drow meanwhile. Definitely a big blow once again dealt to compLexity there. They're just so strong in these team fights. The Kunkka has had such a strong laning stage that he's an absolute beast, but the same can be said for Terrorblade.
A limp on this Invoker. 2-2-4, so he is going for the more Exort build. Aghanim Scepter straight after Tread's double null, and that is a
bit surprised by the Exort build here. I feel like being active with Coswex could be maybe a way to play back into this game with Drow Aura, but he's going for the little bit slower build.
Maybe feels that the way that Drow has been going, the Drow Aura not going to be particularly amazing.
Yeah, exactly. If she's dead half of the time, then it's not much of an aura, is it?
But it's also a big sign of the times, a pretty big indicator with, well, nice Fire Blast there, catches Roger mid-dive. Arrow slides all the way past, but they'll lose their Phoenix. Virtus.Pro try and take down the Tombstone. They will quite simply, as Pasha finds Eternal Envy. compLexity back up after that one and done kill.
Envy finds him. Double Fire Blast.
Have you seen Pasha's items, by the way?
Yeah, they're in base.
Arcane's mech going.
Yeah, going for the Greaves build. It does provide him a way to remove Ignite, Cold Snap, and Silence, so that's pretty neat. But other than that, it just allows him to tank up his team a lot. I think it's going to be a nice build for him here.
I guess against a Drow or a strat, all those little bits of armor add up, especially if you are low on HP. But back to the Invoker, Aghanim's Rush really is a desperate sign. You know that you need to be online ASAP, so you're skipping out on any kind of progression item.
Yeah, but it's fairly normal to... I mean, he does have the double null talisman. It's fairly normal to not go for anything else. And he is getting some time to recover, but he's still so far behind. And it's hard to do any real tower damage. We see a smoke coming in from VP. Got the Shadow Blade on the Kunkka. He could lead the way.
He will do exactly that.
Yeah. He's gonna run up.
Does he find the Mirana? Does he find the zombie? Moonlight Shadow. They should have reveal here with the dust forward. Roger catches the Mirana on the back with the dust, but they don't follow through for the actual kill, so Skembaloo.
Meanwhile, top lane, Envy landing that Fire Blast to take the rune.
Sneaky devil.
Yep.
Double grab top, it looks like. Get themselves a nice bit of money. Skembaloo looking for a deny bottom maybe here with a Glyph on the tower. 4 HP. Glyph. Skembaloo's not going for it. TP does come down for the Drow though, as they potentially set up for a fight properly down here. The VP not really in position to defend. Roger and Solo either low HP or just too far away from this Terror Blade. Ramses could get gone on. Arrow. Oh, how did that not land? Was there something in front of him?
No, he was a little bit off to the side. The range whip took the arrow, but he was a little bit too far to the side anyway.
Good Deep Ward does find the axe though, as Skembaloo just leaps.
Yeah, with the draw damage and leap, he deals a ton of damage on Skim.
13-10. Kills seem pretty close, but net worth lead for VP here is starting to wrap up pretty quickly.
Yeah, they did ping out the fact that there's a ward there at least. Axe was like, yeah, they definitely saw me. And he's not wrong.
Was Solo's pinging for himself, like, Solo, go and ward here. Wait, I'm Solo.
Oh yeah, me, I'm the team warrior.
Me sentry.
Yeah, I have 3 sentries.
Where did that Sunstrike go? I really wish there was an indicator or a hotkey that could, like, go to a Sunstrike, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It can be hard to find sometimes. I think it was just a farming Sunstrike, to be honest. It didn't land on any of the heroes.
No. Scouting or farming one. Solo. Where are you, buddy? Blink Dagger is about halfway towards it. Looking reasonably good on that +5 axe. Limp still a good 1,300 away from his Aghanim Scepter. And there's a fair distance to go before he's really ready to do anything this game. And you can feel it. Complexity, they're all back farming their jungle.
Hey, Snaking has his Dragonlance now.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Item gained.
Yeah, I mean, after that start, I'd be happy to gain any item. That was a really tough start for him. He's still, you know, relying on his teammates, on Skim to carry. Oh boy, is it Roche time?
It sure looks like it. Again, VP just...
That's a brave Roche though. I don't know if they can do it just like that, but maybe.
Oh, well, they've got mech, they've got RP. No blink from Pasha though, of course, with this build. Doesn't have that surprise counter initiation ability, but Ramses with a Metamorphosis will finally commit for it. Moonlight Shadow spotted here with a sentry. As soon as Envy goes down low ground, will get hit by the Battle Hunger, but Pasha caught by the arrow. Skem, there's no damage here to finish off the Magnus, so they tornado forward, the boat over the top, catching out the Ogre, and they're going to pop him easily. And that's a 2 for 0 so far, and Dying has died elsewhere as a Supernova goes through to Snaking, and Ramses, go on, one hit, that's a dead Snaking. Drow Ranger once more, 6 feet under. Siegfried finally arrives with the Tombstone, but it's going to get focused down here by Solo and Ramses. They need the Sunder though. Ramses gets it off, somehow survives as that Invoker looked like he was going to claim his life. Ramses, run away, no, not today. Stand and fight, hold your ground, kill them all until they're all down. Complexity, that was a massive loss for them.
That's insane. The team fighting of VP is so incredible to watch always. Meanwhile, all that craziness was going on the Ancient. They also chased down the Mirana and killed her with the X-Mark DD Kunkka. So he just held her, and yeah, him and Phoenix brought him down.
And then VP are like, if you're quite done, Complexity, we'll go back into Roshan and finish that off.
Yeah, I mean, that's so incredible. They got Roshan, they forced 2 buybacks, I believe.
Yep.
And they killed everyone. It's just really horrible for...
I think Limp was like the only survivor the last 2 fights.
Limp lived, he did. You also had buybacks into diebacks, right? On 2 heroes.
Undying and Ogre, you're absolutely right.
6 kills and a Roshan just like that. And did they lose any single player? I don't think so.
No.
No. That's, yeah. That's just VP things, man.
Just VP things. Well, here comes the halberd for no one. Getting very close to it. Where's Mr. Terrorblade? So Manta style is complete. 2,000 gold saved up. I mean, the world is his oyster. You talked about the Blink Dagger on TB earlier on yesterday. Do you think he goes for something sneaky like that, or is it just going to be kind of standard?
I think he could also just go for Scotty and be completely unstoppable. But if he wants to close distance, he could go Blink. Don't think he has to. He's going to go Ultimate Orb. There we go.
They will have the Magnus Blink soon anyway, so the Mech Arcanes hasn't delayed him by that much.
Yeah. No, I think just I have Scotty is like the game ender here. Blink Dagger might get you a kill, but Scotty probably gets you a Rax.
EE. Do they see no one here?
They don't.
They have a... That's a Radiant Sentry. So they were just running up towards the bounty runes to make sure.
No one saw them though.
Yeah, he sure did.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna back out. We can resolve this peacefully.
I'm not sticking around. BKB being worked on by Mirana. Drow Ranger looking towards the Hurricane Pike beforehand. They're not even committing for tier 1 top. That's how dire Complexity feel about this game so far. No one easily clears out the creep wave anyway.
I think it's a good thing they don't, because no one would just set up for his team there, quick TPs, and that would be the end of them. Meanwhile, mid tower being taken by this empowered Terrorblade.
What mid tower? Where did it go?
Probably a tier 3 mid tower, is what I meant to say, is being taken.
You're absolutely right. They're going high ground. Catapult waves here, 20 minutes in. Usually when we think about the kind of peak of Complexity's draft and the Drow Ranger kind of thing is 20 minutes, they should be doing this thing here to the enemy team, not the other way around. But Terrorblade, with that Empower on him, he's doing, what, 400 damage a hit or something insane? He's going to get multicasted. And did that arrow go through? It did, through the Manta, but the RP lands. Hits onto 2 with the Supernova on top. Ramsey's still alive. Finally loses the Aegis, but he's got a Sunder when he comes back up. Eternal Envy trapped as the boat hits Z-Freak in the cleave. Onto the back, the Ogre gets tapped, and the Battle Hunger will chase him back to Fountain. A triple kill for Solo. Some way, somehow, this man is a monster. Look for more. Get a 4. It's an ultra kill.
God,
Give him the Rampage. Come on. No, Solo. Kill him. Rampage for Solo. He gets it. Oh, they did it. Virtus.Pro.
That's so funny, him missing the dunk. There's the pressure. His entire team were watching him, you know.
It's like skewering him back, like giving it to him, you know?
Yeah. You gotta appreciate some of the things that VP do, man. But holy crap, that was a pretty rough game to start out this series for sure. That's only game 1.
Whew.
And I don't know, with that laning stage, it's near impossible to do anything. Look at the game. 0 deaths on Ramses, 0 deaths on no one, 0 deaths on Pasha. When did you last see a game where no core died on one team? When did you last even see that?
Oh no, I mean, you've stolen all the words from my mouth. Like, I was literally looking at that and thinking, triple core, 0 deaths. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've...
I mean,
I don't remember
the odd case of a shutout, you know, where a team doesn't get any kills, but, you know, compLexity did get some kills, but all those kills were useless kills in a way. You know, you got 6 kills on Solo, he didn't care at all about that. You got 4 kills on Roger, he didn't care about that. You're just not killing the value targets, and you're not allowed to do it. It's not really that you're, you know, missing it because you're bad, you just didn't have a chance to. Man.
Oh, an absolute slamming there.
For sure. We, you know, as a resident compLexity fan here, I'm gonna hope that they can reset after game 1, say it was just a picks, and go back into it and take game 2.
His hand's shaking, guys. His hand's shaking. We'll take a break. 5 minutes or so. We'll have game 2 coming up right then.
Please, no more.